If you've got finer haircut, you know how challenging it is to get a great haircut. And if you're a hairdresser, you know how challenging it is to cut finer hair because it's already thin, it's more whimsical, there's less malleability to it, and everything that you do seems to fall apart. So definitely watch this video. In the next 3.5 minutes, I'm going to share with you as much as I can to help you find predictability in your work and understand finer hair just a little bit more. But first, make sure you hit that subscription button, click the thumbs up so you're notified of all of our future videos, and in the descriptions, ask me any questions that you have. I personally will respond to you and answer everything that I can. Now, the first thing that we have to think about when it comes to finer hair is building the length of this haircut. This is the foundation of the haircut, and like the foundation to any building, everything that's built upon it needs to have a stable base. So with our haircut, in general, we want to try to lower the elevation as much as possible. Get it as close to 0 degrees as you can, and either blunt cut it or soft point cut through the edges. And you see I'm sort of navigating it slightly back and forth. And then based upon the read of hair per square inch, I'm trying to maximize weight. So every single hair coming from the side of the head, the concave area in the back of the head, or maybe even just a little bit above the occipital bone, I'm trying to master 0 degrees, one length. Think about a bob where it's cut even all the way around. We've got total maximum weight. That's in essence what we're trying to do with Sophie's haircut here, is maximize the potential of weight with more hairs meeting the bottom of the haircut so we can start to build shape up above that. The sectioning pattern that I decided to take with Sophie's haircut is called the drop horseshoe. And what it does is it gives me a little bit of real estate in the back of the head so I can displace concave layers throughout it. And then it gives me the top of the head isolated from the sides so I can build layers from there. We clearly need to build layers from a shorter point to a longer point. So I'm looking at building a concave shape, shorter towards the center of the head, longer towards the sides there. So when that drops to the base of the haircut, everything connects and we don't have disconnection in it or visible, layer gap length. We're trying to avoid that as much as we can. I'm blunt cutting my layers here. So from shorter to longer, we're trying to maximize again, just like we were through the bottom of the haircut, but now at an angle, we're trying to maximize the build of that line. Once we do that, we're going to keep everything on base in the back of the head. Everything is combed what we call 90 to over direct, which means the top of that section is perpendicular to the ground, pulled straight up, and everything else respects that. We're building that V shape all around the circumference of what's called the radial parting. That's what separates the front from the back. We're building that from the center to the radial on the right side, center to the radial on the left side. Everything in front of that is over directed back, so I end up with more weight over the sides of the head. Now, this is huge. I'm working into my face framing now, and as you can see, what I'm building here is everything at natural fall. So if I just drop the hair, didn't hold it whatsoever, and just let it fall, I'm really just carving the line to that shape. So there's no over direction in it whatsoever. So when the hair lives on the sides of Sophie's head, left and right side, we've got a shorter point to a longer point, but once again, there's as much weight in there as possible. Now, this is a little bit of a fun fact. Sophie has frizzy hair on top of it being fine. So that means the diameter of her hair is skinnier and smaller, but there's a little bit of porosity in it, which kind of helps her to have a little bit more volume. But at the same time, if there's extra humidity, her hair gets frizzy. So I'm using a couple products. Oh, that looks so pretty. I'm using a couple products in it just to kind of calm it down a little bit. And at the same time, try to get that shape and that volume with it. My friends, I hope this has helped you out with finer hair. Take it easy.